Hi and welcome back to Ville Customs. It's Dale Bruce here. We are back on the 49 Mercury. What you're looking at here is a set of seats I acquired. I thought they were kind of neat because they can go two seats with the console in the center, or it flips up to seat 3. I did try it, as you see in the truck there, but I just found that it sat way too high. Unfortunately, with my design I went with the tunnel and all that, it just kind of really was too tight, too tall, and unfortunately the steering column, I didn't have enough room even with the tilt. So I liked the look, but I didn't like the way they fit. So those quickly got removed again. And actually, I got for free a set of bucket seats coming up here. Again, there's just the GM style shifter on the column, steering column that I'm using. So back to the seats. Here's the free seats that I did get. Not sure what they're out of. If you know, by any chance, maybe put a comment down below what they're out of, but I'm thinking maybe like a 70s, I don't know, Nova, Chevelle, I don't know, something like, they kind of look like an old GM seat to me, but I don't know. But they were yellow and somebody's painted them black, but you know what, that's just all right. I'm going to probably do the Mexican blanket thing over them, or something along that line, so I think it'll suit the look of the truck. But yeah, these are nice and low, and they flip forward so I can still access behind the seat or whatever. I did have to fabricate some slides for them, or alter them, I guess is what I had to do to be able to bolt into the floor. So those are just some alterations I made there showing that, and then fit them in the truck. So I think they certainly work great. They're the perfect height, perfect size. The tilt steering works nice again. You can up and down. I do have that Chevy style steering wheel on there. I think I'm going to go towards something a little more vintage look or whatever, but that's still up in the air at this point. But yeah, seats are in, and yeah, so it's certainly coming along here. The exhaust, I should have covered this before, but basically I ended up going with the Mustang. I think they call them the Y tube headers, I believe they're called. They fit just a 302 Mustang, like a Fox body type of thing. Very reasonable, like $175 or something like that on eBay. So that's what I went with, and they work out perfect. This is the Gilmer style pulley and belt system that I went with. It's so funny because I actually looked all over for pulley sets for this 302, and there used to be a dime a dozen. You could find things people would give them away, but couldn't find anything, so that was actually the most reasonable thing to go with. Here again is a view from inside the back window of the truck, just showing the seat layout, the steering column, that type of thing. I'm thinking I want to maybe make some sort of center console, but that's not done yet. Here's the motor. It's got the Cal Customs valve covers on it, which I absolutely love. It's got kind of the old Speedway style air breather, air cleaner on it. Starting to get it in and plumbed up, and get a few things bolted on. The oil filter was my only snag in this setup. I even ordered the short little stubby filter, and I couldn't get enough clearance between the block and the steering pump. So I ended up going with this Canon, or Canton, I guess it's called, oil filter relocation kit. Very expensive. Yeah, I wish I didn't have to do it, but anyways, I did. So it shows the remote filter mounted on the passenger side right at the front of the frame. So certainly makes it real easy to change the oil, I guess, in the future. So, and then I got around that issue with the steering pump. Yeah, there's kind of neat. They put a top port on there too, so I don't know. Maybe use that for an oil pressure switch or something. I'm not sure. So working at putting the alternator on, which is a new one I picked up, and the matching power steering pump, and the Gilmer style belt setup. So yeah, she's starting to look more and more like a completed engine bay. A little out of my wheelhouse on this stuff, but so far doing everything myself. Getting it wired, and I did change the condenser and points, and I thought might as well just put new in right at the start. There's the rad setup that actually is the rad from a 4-liter Ranger that was in the other Ranger. It was an upgraded rad at that point, so I'm using it. This guy here, LG Customs, I believe he's called, is basically what taught me to take on this wiring myself, man. He put through a video how to wire your hot rod from scratch, and it's like 2 parts or 3 parts, and absolutely amazing. And man, explained it well, so go check that guy out. He's done an awesome job with that. He does some crazy wild builds too, so I think he's in Winnipeg or out that way somewhere. So here I am starting the wiring underneath the dash. So again, never done this before, working away at it, and so far so good. Got the regulator and solenoid in there wired up, and that leads to the battery, and yeah, so so far so good. The speedo cluster, I love that old vintage look in there, but it was just 6 volt, and it just needed a whole bunch more work. So that's now a little display piece up in the shelf of my shop, and I decided to stick with the gold panner theme there, and used a Yukon license plate and installed speedo, which, you know, these new speedos are GPS now, so fantastic. I didn't need to get a cable or any of that. Put that in there and wired it up, and hey, look at there, we have light. So yeah, just checking out the lighting there. Headlights are working. Working my way around with turn signals, and there's the taillights all wired up. So I think they turned out really cool. I think they're LED, but they're kind of a neat look. So again, something cheap, and I just thought they were kind of cool. Thanks again to the Moose River Barter Barn for those babies. A shout out to a fellow Maritimer here in Nova Scotia, Doug Brown. Some of you may know Dirty Doug, greasy stuff he does on his channel. Check him out, Doug Brown 6969 on YouTube. Another fella just kind of making things happen in his back garage. So it's really nice to support and shout out to other folks around Nova Scotia. And I think, if you like what I do, you'll certainly get a kick out of Doug's stuff as well. So once again, thank you everybody for coming.